On, we are actually going to... What the fuck this place is?
Destination reached. Scylla. Welcome. How can I be of assistance? What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
The one we're at the moment.
How can I be of assistance?
Well, Ben, you got nothing to... Ben, you got nothing to use with tell me, so...
Goodbye.
You got a second? Hey boss, got a hypothetical for you? You got a friend, see? Somebody you knew when you were growing up. You were close. Then one day, they up and vanished.
Yeah, you told me this story, right?
5 years go by, they send you a message out of the aether. What's going through your head? You got the wrong idea, boss. It ain't like that. Guy by the name of Clyde Harlow. He was an old friend of mine. Honestly, he was probably my first and longest friend. I just heard from him. Says he wants to talk to me. Says it's urgent. Figured I should let you know, seeing as we're on Scylla and all. Clyde's got a base on the other side of this rock. I appreciate this, boss. I know you're going out of your way for me.
Yeah, once again, you told me this away. I want to see what Sam can do, so we're bringing Sam on because I'm actually quite curious of his abilities. It's more of, I don't know what he can do. I just want to see what he can actually do. If that makes sense. I'm curious about what he can do, mostly because I never seen him do anything besides cleaning the ship. He said he's ready to clean up the colony, so let's just find out about that. Well, definitely not a plan now.
Loose particles detected. Vacuum them up.
I only ever seen this asteroid on the pages of thrilling space adventures.
Indeed. From what I can see though, it looks like they got sealed around this area of the colony, so that might explain why I was able to breathe. And I'm gonna go on no hints here, but I assume that's where the colony is. On the big old side through. Ah, alright. Huh. Another symbol though.
Processing.
That was an offense. Oh, and also I just got a message. Man offense. I want to talk to you.
Heads down.
Alright. Now, Sam.
Investigating.
Go get him, Sam.
Barely is this unit's middle name. Here I come. Body bags required. Everyone all right?
Yep, pretty much. I see. Yeah, that makes out. Hopefully you can use that. Hey, you. Anything more pick time about it too? What weapons should we use? Oh, I mean, the main one seems kind of weak at the moment. We're going with revolvers. People. Constantly texting. By the way, this won't be a long stream. Might be short. Though I got a bad feeling just by saying that it's gonna be a long one. Because what I say it's gonna be a short one, end up being a long. What the fuck is this? Why is there a armored gorilla over there? Oh, go away. Oh, boy. Okay, well, pain I forgot it's at the 9-pad. Oh, and also, please tell me you got some good stuff. 46 versus 38, 29. Oh, this head looks so weird. $26. Oh my, look at it. Okay, we're gonna go with that one. It doesn't really, you know, how would I say, command authority over people. Okay, a little pain. I thought we had none. Okay, apparently I thought we were at the place. Apparently not. I mean, how many fucking 9 pants are there on this asteroid? This is gonna be me.
I believe I hear Felix and Parvati discussing the latest Aetherwave serial.
Alright, let me see what's going on.
Watch your step on Monarch. It's not just the monsters and sulfur pits you gotta look out for.
Well, you
I admire your grit, but some wounds don't heal. And I say that as someone who's plugged a few severed aortas.
Thanks.
Only if you don't mind ending up with a mess on your hands. By all accounts, Sanjar and Graham have been at each other's throats for years. Digging into their personal history isn't gonna change anything. Honestly, stay out of it. We've got our own problems to deal with. I try to save my captain a headache when I can. Usually ends up saving me one too.
No, this is about something. Something about the falling out. It's also. Yes, it does.
Hey, I'm the doctor here. That means I'm supposed to be the one nosing into your business. Anyway, I can take a hint. You stay out of mine, and I'll stay out of yours. Anything else?
Ain't nothing. About, how are you all aware that we just let Monarch? We're not on it anymore. Well, someone new. So more interesting. So just as fascinating or even more. That may or may not be even more dangerous. Depends how you see it. I might end the stream at 12. So, once again, won't be a long one though. But saying that, I jinx myself. Alright, we're on the planet. We're at the right spot. Spot you particularly asked for.
Hey you, looking for something? Where do you think you're going?
Do you? If you push me.
Yeah, the captain said we might be getting a new recruit. That you then?
Sounds like Clyde's jumping to conclusions, but yeah, I'm Felix.
You're on a first-name basis with Captain Harlow, huh? All right, go on through. Got my sights on you.
I'm assuming.
Got my sights on you.
I hope you're aware that the last one who said that didn't live long. I got my own robot.
Nothing to do but stand around and watch the stars go by.
got my sights on you.
Yeah. Now you sound like a broken record at this point. There's a long way to kill, man.
That machine stole my bits. Why do we even have one of these?
Oh, no, but do we get anything good? Yes, we do. Gimme. Oh, yeah, that mean hurt. That felt painful. Alright, we're gonna upgrade ourselves here. Well, can one find a pence? Do 6. Okay, yes, no, that's specified. Say dog. Though it does look more stylish, to be honest.
If the board comes after us, we'll be ready.
Older.
Well, hey there, Hullhead. Clawed your way out of the groundbreaker at long last?
Uh-huh. Oh, sorry, were you expecting me to say something? Maybe a long time no see, or a you've aged, old man?
Yeah, that is awkward.
I thought you were dead. Or throwing yourself against the walls of some re-education center. That's been 5 years, Clyde. The best thing you can say is, hey there, Hullhead?
No, Felix. The best thing I can say to you is yet to come. Also, I'd like to have a word with your captain. So, you took Felix under your wing. Kept him busy. Good. Kid always needed a place to belong. I'm sure Felix has no end of stories to tell of your exploits together. I look forward to catching up with the boy. I'm working on something. Something big. Something the likes of which Halcyon has never seen. And I want Felix to be a part of my initiative. I'm fulfilling the promise I made to the boy. That one day, he and I would change the colony together. That day has finally arrived.
Easy there, Clyde. No one said nothing about throwing in with you. In case you didn't notice, I'm pretty happy where I am.
I'm not asking you to walk away from your captain, Felix. But neither should you allow yourself to be controlled by fear. Change is not to be feared. I brought you here because I want to know where Felix's loyalties lie. When the day of our revolution comes, I want to know that I can rely on him.
Go fuck yourself. Okay, not that mean. Good luck, it's a niche survival crew on a ship they call down with Ivo. That's great name.
Everyone in my crew proves their loyalty. No exceptions. Not even Felix. I want you to deal with a traitor for me. Name's Trask. Kill him, and bring me proof of his death. His ring should do nicely. Routed us out to the board. He's been an informant. Has been for years. When he realized I was onto him, he and his little cadre mutinied. Killed 5 of my own and tucked tail. I don't know where he's hiding, but his wife might. Rosanna. Lives on the Groundbreaker last I checked. Rosanna knows my crew by name and face, but you're a stranger to her. She'll talk to you.
You think so? Maybe we should have a word with Trask. Get his side of the story first.
You'd be wasting your breath bandying words with that traitor. But if it makes you feel better, by all means. Remember, I want proof. Bring me his ring. I don't care if the hand's still attached. Here, my token. Think of this as my personal signature. Anyone who knows me by my works will know me by this token. Well enough. It's been a few years, but I still remember a thing or two. You had a chip on your shoulder. You'd argue over anything, and you'd never back down.
What do you mean, had? And for the record, you never could admit when you lost an argument.
You see what I had to deal with? Let's hear it. A revolution is the work of a lifetime, Captain. I've spent my life preparing for the day of Halcyon's reckoning. Everything you see around you is the result of that preparation. A base of operations, loyal soldiers, freedom from the board's
Well,
oversight.
most of them are outlaws, so that's wasting impressive.
Hardly. The board is rotting from the inside. Tomorrow, next year, a generation from now, eventually, the board will fall to pieces. Entropy is the natural state of the universe, Captain. All systems inevitably dissolve. When that day comes to Halcyon, we will be ready. Not all revolutions involve bloodshed and fire, Captain. The purest act of rebellion is to live according to one's own means,
So-
independent of any masters.
So it sounds like you know
One
the
day,
weapon lines of
when
this
the
game.
board is weak and Halcyon vulnerable, we may claim a piece of this system for ourselves. Until then, we bide our time.
That's something.
The skies around Scylla are curiously absent of patrol ships. It's almost as if the board's sphere of influence is shrinking. Besides, our facility is well armed and located on defensible terrain. If the board tries to lay siege to us, we'll make them pay. Something on your mind? Let's hear it. I was working on this plan for years, saving every bit I could, drawing plans, biding my time. I never intended to spend my life laboring on the Groundbreaker. When the opportunity presented itself, I did what I had to do. I left.
You might have said something.
I had some ugly business in Scylla. If I told you, I would have implicated you. Hephaestus controlled mining operations all over Scylla. Most of these operations failed. The company pulled out and abandoned their facilities. Mostly abandoned anyway. This one was running on a skeleton crew. My associates and I seized control in a matter of minutes.
impressive. Most impressive. But once again, so it says that you're the level 9s of the game. I won't take anything out of that. I'm hoping to find a workbench or something.
Clyde's got a crew of his own, huh? Good for him. Did you want to ask me something? I know. Clyde comes off rougher than Mantisaur hide. He's a good guy, though. Just gotta get to know him. You think he's using me? He wouldn't. Would he? That he's probably using me. Yeah, you're right. I guess he thinks I'm still just some wide-eyed tenderfoot looking for a scrap.
Oh, maybe he is doing.
Maybe we
I
should
don't know.
go have a word with Trask. Get to the bottom of all this.
I agree. There's something more about this than meets the eye. I don't know what it is, but I definitely do agree that there's something more to this situation than how it looks. Talk to the first. We gotta find the man. Then we see what he knows. Though the board is corrupt, and I'm not just about all people fighting against it. If he is doing about his passion to take on the board, I mean that would make him a hero. Except with Cosworth. But I said, with this neat.
A reminder to all crew members, there is only one toilet on the ship.
Yeah, unfortunately, C is correct about it. Oh, I think it may have removed the mod. Hold on. Well, fine enough. I do have a few jobs on Groundbreaker to get done.
Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
Might be a good idea to have a NCU. I'm gonna please my mobile pencil. I don't know.
Have either of the assault cruisers ever put into Groundbreaker?
Oh yay, bold. Approve. Oh, we combined names. Why not invite us? Great, now I know that I work with a board now.
Purple Berry Punch. You want a punch? We've got your punch right here.
Yep. This is why I don't buy a lot of things in games. This is because you can just buy them later on.
Salvage is a family business. We got each other's backs.
Oh, neat!
They got stuff in here I ain't seen in ages.
Wonder if they got some type of secret handshake.
Miss Lillian takes good care of us. The authorities stay off our tracks.
Welcome to Sublight Salvage and Shipping, a legitimate business for legitimate consumers. You the one flying the unreliable? Miss Lily has been expecting you. I'll unlock the door. Sure am. A few years back, they got me started on simple acquisitions. You know those latches they put on cargo bays ain't worth a damn? These days, I stick to HQ and look after Miss Lilia.
Okay.
So you're the new captain in town. I was hoping you'd make your way to my office. Saves me the work of hunting you down. Lilia Hagen, CEO and Executive Director of Aggressive Operations. I'm guessing you already know about Sublight, otherwise you wouldn't have come. Charmed. It's nice to see the Unreliable again. Useful ship. Hawthorne was my contractor. I'd recognize that leaky boat of his anywhere. Is Ada still at the helm? I don't know how many times I told Hawthorne to restore that smartass to factory settings. I have a salvage job for someone light on corporate ties with a reliable set of wings. But there's a catch.
Just like in the serials.
If you have a nav key to Stellar Bay, the job's yours. Interested? One of my guys in Stellar Bay has a lead on some high-grade salvage, but he went dark before he could spill the goods. We arranged a drop at the Saltuna warehouse's loading dock. Find whatever he left there and take it to Fallbrook. My gal Catherine will be expecting you. A few of my contractors run flights in there and out again, working around the board embargo. We keep the community lubricated with a steady supply of booze and unconventional erotica. Byzantium kids with more money than sense can thank Sublight for their good time.
Okay.
One of my guys filmed a Raptidon grinding on an automech. Didn't end well for anyone, including the cameraman.
Why?
When the board pulled out of Monarch, they buried or sealed anything they couldn't carry off-world. Apparently, one of Catherine's teams uncovered an abandoned lab with full tanks of Alta Vitae gas. It's exactly 1 million bits per cubic meter. Before you get too excited, the only thing rarer than Alta Vitae gas is a reliable buyer. Dangerous stuff. Acid for the nucleon in your cells. It's no good to anyone outside of a lab. Now, get going. Catherine will brief you on the details when you check in with her at Fallbrook. One last thing. When you're on the job, keep a pair of eyes in the back of your head. Understood? Could be. You'll do fine. Probably nothing to worry about. Probably.
Yeah, see? We'll be fine.
That's what they all say. Anyway, this is not the quest I thought it would have been. I thought I was going to fix something on the ground baker. This is not it.
Felix Millstone, sublight agent. I like the sound of that.
I don't get too happy with myself.
C&D Borsworth. It's not the worst unless it's Borsworth.
It get cooler in here? I swear they had the heat turned way the hell up.
Well, it's cool now. Yeah, I felt that one. Alright, we're getting pulled now. Thought I had more stuff to do on Groundbreaker. Apparently not. Right. Modify my weapons. Afterwards, probably get back to, what's it called, skill? Oh wait, I need to talk to the... God damn it. There was a woman on board I forgot to talk to. I don't need that place without talking to her. God damn it.
Captain, if you're looking for crew members Ellie or Felix, they're sharing a drink upstairs.
So then I says, fine, I'll pay you back for all of it, with interest.
You must have had them quaking on their heels.
I mean, I wasn't really gonna do it. I just wanted to make him feel bad.
Pay you back with interest. I gotta remember that one.
Would have felt better if it had worked.
You win some, you lose some. Yeah, no, I'm gonna save it for next time. Yeah, let me run peaceful assassination. Don't mind season, that was someone else.
When might we expect you out?
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement.
Rufus and I are no longer on speaking terms. I don't know where he is. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you. That's Harlow's mark. No mistake. Guess he's not letting this one go. I don't want any manner of harm befalling Rufus. Not on my account. Yeah, well, you got reason to mistrust Harlow. He's a surly git, but he's devious. Rufus is hiding out in Emerald Vale. Got a few friends with him. That's as much as I know. Please, just make it quick. That's right. Our marriage contract expired some months ago. And seeing how he's technically an outlaw, I wouldn't renew even if I wanted to.
Well, that's sad.
Precious little. He and Rufus worked together on the Groundbreaker some years back before he vanished. A few years later, Rufus gets a message from an old friend. Something about starting a revolution, something about getting rich. Abandoned his work and ran off that very day.
Sounds familiar.
So Clyde sent Trask the same message he sent me. What's the problem?
Word of advice, kid? Anybody carrying on about a revolution just wants to sell you something. I don't know Harlow. Never so much as bandied a word with the fellow. You're better off having this discussion with Rufus. Only that Rufus is in a bad way. He came to see me a little ways back. Said he had to go into hiding. Never asked why. He was here to collect his personals, complain about Harlow to me, and say goodbye. In that order.
No, and he was particular about that. Said I was better off not getting entangled in his mess. Little late for that, says I. Appreciate it. No offense meant. Just been a long day is all.
Understandable. You know, I will get maximum armor, but for some reason, I think he looks better without the armor.
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship.
You're adjusting before you pull. You're anticipating it. You...
Of course I'm anticipating it. What if I shoot a friend on accident?
That's on account of your stance. You want to lean into it. Embrace it. Work with it. You're in control here, Parvati, not the gun. Don't let a hunk of metal jerk you around. You've been around powerful machinery all your life. And you're always in control, right?
I guess that's kind of like when the filler's shooting 600 cans of near molten sal tuna down the conveyor while I'm trying to tune a belt.
Here, stand like me. Just so. Hips square. Lean forward a little. It's just equipment, and you're just an engineer using it. Ah! Okay. We'll try again later. You'll get it. I promise. Hey, Cap. Oh, that's just Frida. She's the first rapt I ever killed. I had her preserved.
Ah.
It had been when I was a kid, so something on the order of 20 years. My parents were very proud. Oh, sure. Once in a while I've got to bury her and come back later. She's a big girl. Tough to lug around. But she's been with me a while, so...
Hey, understandable.
Her. And of course, she's a great conversationalist. Never argues, never judges.
Well, I'm gonna take you on, take you up on the offer. So, can we actually talk to it?
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? I require...
Oh, great.
We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
And with my luck... Please tell me he's not in town. Oh. Yep, that's... No! Stop doing that! Why? Stop. 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 Okay, I'm not taking that path anymore. Sorry, just checking something.
Stay out of sight. Jackass is incoming! Yeah! That's what you get! Come on, down!
No fuck with me. Oh, I just love that. And I'll never knew, so why not? rifle, a pistol, and a knife. All that man ever needs.
The strong survive and the weak perish.
Everyone all right?
Yep. Everyone's alright. Oh, I'll probably tell Felix that he can switch it up.
Go on for Felix! I'll take your confession now. Let's go after him.
And there he is.
I don't know who you are or why you're prowling around here, but I'm willing to make a guess. You're one of Harlow's gun hands, ain't you? He sent you after me. Yeah, of course he did. Thing is, you and I are at an impasse. Harlow wants me dead, and I've got no intention of dying. How do I know that I can trust you? Yeah, guess that's a fair point. Listen,
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know what lies Harlow's dripped down your ear, but you'd be a fool to trust him. I never betrayed Harlow. Harlow betrayed all of us. The board's got him in their pocket, been paying him off for years. All that palaver about revolutions, it's a lie.
You can't be serious. I've known the guy for years.
Yeah, that's about how I reacted when I found out. That's the whole truth. Harlow's just another board asset. A two-bit mercenary wearing a dissident's clothes.
Yeah, I need some evidence here. I can't really believe either one of you unless I see some evidence.
Yeah, I've got proof. There's always a paper trail when the board's involved. I chanced upon some correspondence between Harlow and his employer. I don't know that it makes a difference. What was I to do with that evidence? Bring it in front of the board? There's no authority in Halcyon willing to take Harlow to task.
Temperament.
I hid my papers before Harlow chased me out. Back in the middle of the base, there's an old vent in a utility corridor. I stashed my evidence in that vent. Because he's for sale. Anything the board can buy, the board will buy, and that includes loyalty. Harlow was a charismatic bastard, and he was ruthless. With Harlow in their pocket, the board had an informant, a pirate, a smuggler, and a gang leader all rolled up into one odious excuse for a human being. Sounds like a deal to me. Board-sanctioned piracy. Harlow went after the ships the board wanted destroyed, capturing anybody the board wanted captured. If we captured you, we'd ransom you. Harlow liked to do the job himself. Gather up the captives on his own ship, vanish for a couple of days. Only that's not what happened. Harlow's been selling his captives off to the board. I don't know where they ended up. Re-education, Tartarus, maybe worse. Take it you've made up your mind. You gonna tell Harlow I'm dead? May as well. I'm never going back to that life again. Here, take the ring. And for what it's worth, my gratitude. Mulling it over, huh? I don't blame you. You need something else? Tell you what I can. Board-sanctioned piracy.
Yeah, we've been through this all way.
You need something else?
Got my sights on you.
Got my sights on you.
Got my sights on you.
So, Felix.
Clyde Harlow, agent of the board. Yeah, that sounds even more insane out loud than it did in my head. I'm not sure what to think right now. You told me to be suspicious, but I never imagined Clyde would stoop to informing for the establishment. Then again, Trask knew he was a dead man. Could have been trying to shift the blame. I can't imagine Clyde working for the board. But we owe it to ourselves to find out. Trask said he stashed the evidence in a vent back at the base. We should go take a look.
Great. How to say, one of them is definitely lying. I'll pause, we don't know which one is lying. Heck, to all we know, that evidence that he's talking about could be nothing more than just lies, written on paper. Perhaps? This might be the tooth.
Easy now.
Great work.
Can't sit up on the wolf right though. Yeah. Maybe I should shoot the bomb before I get near him. It's not out. You can't just start crawling on the ground expecting that the bomb mine to detect you.
I believe I hear Felix and Parvati discussing the latest Aetherwave serial.
Yeah, wait.
Oh my gosh, Felix, you got to hear this. Guess who the villain was in this week's Virginia Yang Girl Detective? Mr. Bertie Holcomb, that toss baller!
This I gotta see. Thanks.
Alright, time to end. Let's see what this is not. Let's find out who's telling the truth and who's lying. That's what I'm trying to say. Maybe have a robot second might actually prove offensive for all of us. Oh yeah, you got a great away.
We need to have a word with Clyde. Looks like Trask was telling the truth. It's all there. Receipts for services rendered, payments, records, ship manifests. Clyde was a pirate for hire, and the board was paying him off. In typical board fashion, they left a trail of receipts behind. Ain't that just ironic?
Indeed.
That ain't the point, boss. I feel like Clyde's been taking us for a ride. I don't want to believe it, but I need to know. Clyde owes us some answers. Something about this don't add up. And I mean to find out why.
Agreed. So, just in case this gets silly. I'm gonna be giving you my brand new helmet.
Nothing to do but stand around and watch the stars fly.
What's the word? Not surprised. Trask was a dead man trying to negotiate with his own executioner. He'd say anything to preserve his life. That's a damning accusation. Am I right to presume you have some evidence on hand? Those papers don't prove a thing. We've all done business with the board. They own the whole damn colony. Trask put you up to this. That miserable wretch. He's trying to undermine everything I stand for. You've got a lot of nerve calling me a liar to my face.
Right.
How should I know? What the hell do I care? Trask was a traitor. I didn't ask you to understand his motives. I asked you to cross him off.
Clyde, look me in the eye and tell me it's not true. Tell me, and I'll believe you.
Don't talk to me like I'm some common criminal, Felix. You're the one on trial, not me. I don't know what kind of poison that snake dripped in your ear, but as far as I'm concerned, you've been compromised.
Heads up, boss!
Yes, it has. I do love my guns. Kept my eye on you. I might think about that one, but
This is definitely not how I imagined it'd end. The void's black, water's wet, and Clyde hated the board. That's something I just knew. Now? I don't know. I don't know what to think. No. I guess you really don't. I've just got a lot on my mind right now. This is a lot to take in. I always looked up to Clyde. The thought that he could be an agent of the board is just abhorrent to me.
yeah, the lesson here is don't look up to anyone. Yep, remember that's the lesson about this.
I just hope I never turn out like that. Selling my soul for a fistful of bits.
Well, then I am paying you.
Thanks for the vote of confidence, boss. You've given me a lot to think about. I'm gonna be mulling over this whole mess for a couple of days.
Thank you, Ty.
Part of me wishes we'd put Trask in the ground. You know, I think that's just my frustration talking. Thanks for your time, boss.
Yeah, that's the first quest for a friend that we ever got done. Probably because it's actually the simplest one. Just looking for stuff we can actually, get rid of.
All right, listen up. My time to shine.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know that thing is actually friendly.
Everyone all right?
What can we sell? What do we need? I get back to talk to Felix one more time, and then I'm gone day. All night, because it's going 12:02. No, I need to check on Felix one more time before we end the stream. Seeing how he's doing.
Good to see you, boss.
I'm assuming he's doing quite well. Alright. Yep, I think there's more great time to stop. Anyway, thanks for coming.